All right, so look, we're gonna talk about the All NBA awards. All of them, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get right on into it because it's a lot to talk about. So we're going on now to the DPOY, the Defensive Player of the Year. But again, you gotta talk about the criteria first. So with that being said, you got to be top five in defensive win shares end of day. I'm sorry, it's not just stats based, but win shares do matter for me. So defensive win shares I do factor in a little bit. Top five, that's been the track for the history. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Sorry. Next, we got to talk about your production. You could talk about that's production slash impact, but your production, it does go along, it does go beyond stats, right? So again, that's why I say you could say impact as well. Because if you're not as impactful defensively, yeah, you can stats lie, numbers lie, ladies and gentlemen. But that impact does factor, that production does factor in quite heavily. So if you producing, we gonna pay attention. Eye test does catch it. Now you also do have to have the numbers as well too. Though we can't say, well, he's dominant, but you ain't got no numbers to back it up. Now you got to have some type of proof. Proof is in the pudding. So them steals, them blocks, whatever. If they tracking deflections, all those numbers, you got to have something to showcase, like a 1-and-1, one steal, one block. If you a big one steal, two blocks, something like that, we'd appreciate that. And then of course your Wilder storyline. If you hold him down to four, like Rudy Gobert was low key a Wilder storyline at one point in time. Just give you a little reference, like you're the defensive anchor. Draymond Green, Wilder storyline. You know what I'm saying? Something like that where you're 6'7", you're playing against bigs. Like that's a Wilder storyline to me personally. So you heard my criteria. My listings are as follows. We got to throw Jaren Jackson Jr. up there because he's the DPOY, right? Reigning DPOY. You also got to throw Giannis in there. With Damian Lillard on the team, he don't have to focus on offense as much. So he can pay a lot more attention to defense, which he's had a DPOY before. We also got here OG Anunoby or Scotty Barnes if he decides to, go ahead and lock down the way I know he can. But they do have a quality duo out there, by the way. But one of those two could actually sneak in the DPOY this year. You also got here Joel Embiid. He won MVP last season. He might say, you know what, I want DPOY if he's engaged enough. You saw it in the playoffs. He was swatting stuff on a bad knee. Come on now. If he's healthy, he's one of the best players defensively, if not the best. Just saying. So we could see him at DPOY. You also got to talk about someone like Jared Allen as well. He might want to rebound from last season. Because remember, he was known as a defender. So with the chip on the shoulder, also Clint Capella, can't sleep on players like that. But again, if I got to throw anyone down right now, I might look at Giannis or Triple J for the repeat, but I'm gonna say Giannis though for the for my who I'm leaning with right now. Because again, with Damian Lillard and you got Brook Lopez to back you up, I think they're gonna give you the nod, big man. If you get up, if your team is successful and you dominate defensively like you have in the past. So my DPOY, I got Giannis. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.